Is this embarrassing or smart? Today we're talking all things ChatGPT for football coaches. My name's Temsan Williams. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a football coach career strategist and I run the Coach Accelerator Masterclass community to help coaches who want to work in the professional, academy and elite game. So you may have seen a female football coach, Laura Harvey of Seattle Reign, who said she used ChatGPT to be able to win some games. Yes, she went on the Soccerish podcast and admitted that she used ChatGPT. What did she put in? So she put in the question, what formation should you play to beat every NWSL team? And do you know what it gave her? It gave her a tactical plan for every single opponent and for two of those teams to play a back five. So guess what she did? She, of course, listened. And the result, they won the game. Yes, they won the game. So, has football crossed the line, do you think? Do we need to be stopping or banning the use of ChatGPT in football? Well, it can't go away. So, let's see how it can be used and how this technology can benefit you as a coach. We'll get into that later. I have seen on Twitter it go absolutely crazy where some people have said the game's gone. Some have said, yes, you should be using it. It's a help. It doesn't hinder. Also, we do know that it doesn't replace relationships and it cannot replace that relationship between the coach and the player. I have seen academy coaches using it as well in their day-to-day workings. And so it is already within the game, whether it be at the top level or whether it be within youth football. The one question I would say is if she did say, instead of ChatGPT, that she used a data analytical system, would we still have this issue? Probably not. So that's why I think there could potentially be a bit of an issue just because she said ChatGPT. But let's get into the 5 ways that coaches have been or potentially could be using ChatGPT for their delivery. So number 1, session plan and practice design. Of course, that's number 1. So many sessions, so many practices that you're looking to design. And coaches have used it to sometimes refine their sessions, to even ask what should they do. As an example, saying design me a 75-minute session for under 16 players working on playing through the thirds, and we play in a 1-4-3-3 formation. And it has spat out some things that they could potentially use as practice designs, or they can actually put in their own practice design and see if ChatGPT is able to enhance it potentially. Now, the second one is around player development pathways. So as we know, every academy talks about player development pathways, going from the youth academy through to the first team. And some of the ways that coaches have used it have put in, create for me a technical, tactical and psychological development plan for an attacking midfielder from under 12s to under 18s. There's no crystal ball, of course, we know that, but it's given some sort of framework and it's given them an opportunity to work from this basis. Number 3, performance and data analysis. This is probably where I would assume it's been used the most. Every academy, of course, has GPS data, things around heart rate, sprint distances, in-game aspects as well. So, for example, you could upload and identify trends in our pressing intensity across these 3 games, or find relationships between our build-up zones and shot locations. And ChatGPT can, of course, in seconds find some of those. Now, it doesn't mean that you will just take all that information and accept. Of course, you will be looking at the games, but things that would normally take you hours to be able to do, it can find and potentially find you different or new correlations that you didn't see before. Then number 4 would be coach reflection and mentoring. And I think this is actually a really good one. So you can do some voice notes as a coach into ChatGPT, and these can be reflections from a session or from a game. For example, you could say, I delivered a pressing session, but the players lost compactness. What reflective questions should I ask myself and my staff? That could be a good way of helping you to be able to analyze in a bit more depth what happened and maybe what you need to think about for the next time. And you can, of course, log it so you can keep that, and say you've got a bank of 20, 30, you can ask ChatGPT to see if there's any trends within that as well. Then number 5 is, of course, scouting and opposition analysis, which we've seen Laura Harvey use. And as an example, as a prompt you could use is create an opposition analysis template, including key metrics for in possession, out of possession, and transitions. Now, again, of course, you'd have to be watching the game. You, of course, don't want to be too heavily dependent on what it may say. Some of the information could be out of date, you don't know. And so all I'd say is, yes, there may be that as a support, but as we know, you should always be watching the games, whether it be live and also on your laptop or screen. So the real question is, was it embarrassing? Is it something that coaches should admit that they are using? And I'm seeing it on LinkedIn when I'm speaking with coaches. They're saying they're using it to help them as they are going about their daily, weekly coaching work. Of course, it cannot replace you on the pitch, but complacency can sit in if you depend on it too heavily. So, how do you think about ChatGPT? Do you think that's something that coaches should use? Do you think we should throw it out the window? Love to hear your comments below from this video, and thank you once again for watching. This is all things ChatGPT and football coaches. Let's see what happens next. See you later.